Good morning, friends. Happy Sunday morning to you. The sun shines out, it's nice and bright, and hopefully everybody can have an enjoyable Sunday. I actually was on the phone with a friend of mine talking about hockey and hockey tournaments and some of the schedules and some of the tournaments that are coming up. But then they also inquired about what I do. They say they see some of my posts on Facebook, which actually my virtual assistant does. I don't really do that, but I have a VA, virtual assistant, who helps me with my online business. And I am an online entrepreneur. Once again, my name's David Pyro. For all of my web properties and the different things that I do have a hub site. It's called, well, it's easy to get to. It's davidpyro.com. So you feel free to go there. And the gentleman that I was talking to, once again, it started out as hockey, but it kind of evolved into work, income, business, entrepreneurship, and things like that. And so we got to talking, and I told him I had this, The Rise of the Online Entrepreneur, and we're going to do part 2 today. But it's sort of by special request, but even at the request of my hockey friend, he said, well, I can have some other people tune in because we're all, I don't know, he's kind of in a quandary, and he said a couple of his friends they're in a position where they are about as high up as they can go. There's not a lot of room left for promotions, yet they have a lot of talent. And he mentioned that his well, it's a friend that happens to be a girl. It's not his girlfriend, but she has a ton of social marketing skills, and she doesn't feel like she's being paid enough for the talent she has. And once again, he and another friend, they're working in a situation where they just can't, they're bumping their head. They can't go any further. They don't see any significant raises coming down the line. And so they're frustrated. Although they like their job, they just really don't see where they can get any, once again, significant promotions or increase their income. So they are looking to add a second line of income or switch careers or whatever. So I told him I had this little presentation. So without further ado, I'm going to do The Rise of the Online Entrepreneur, and I chose to just jump into number 2. So And what this is all about is how everyday people are creating wealth and freedom by starting online businesses in their spare time. Once again, this almost always starts out as secondary, complementary income to what you do now by carving out 5 to 10 to 15 hours a week. And I know so many people that are moonlighting. I mean, even if you're a happily married couple and both are working, one's probably moonlighting. The gentleman might be coaching or reffing or, delivering pizzas at night or whatever. But it seems like almost it takes one income isn't enough in today's world. We all, need 2 or 3. So anyhow, without further ado, I'm going to tell you how everyday people are creating wealth and freedom by starting an online business in their spare time. We did do part 1, but I jumped into part 2. But anyhow, we discussed the career landscape, how has changed dramatically, and many people are still working in a model that is completely out of date. In other words, they're bumping their head and they can't get up any higher in the corporation or the company that they're currently with. So what worked for previous generations isn't working as well for people today. Things are changing, and rapidly in some cases. So in the first session, just for a quick review, we explored 3 important questions. What's really going on in our working world today? In this new economy, is it better to become an entrepreneur? They say yes to that. And how you can start a business without taking on massive risk, which is important. And online business is much different than the brick and mortar, where there's a lot of upfront costs. Online, the costs are very minimal to get started. And it's part-time flex from home. And once again, you can sit here and watch this and review the materials, and there's no pressure on anybody to do anything. It's just information, and then it's the choices that we choose to make or not make. So what you'll learn in this session, we're going to explore why to start an online business in the first place, why the network marketing industry, and the path to getting started. So quick recap, what's really going on in our working world today? Long-term unemployment, which is when workers are jobless for 27 weeks or more, affects over 1 million people. Now, I do know with President Trump, things have gotten a little bit better, but we're going to touch on why it's not working for everybody. But anyhow, and this is it, a skills mismatch is the reason employers aren't hiring the 6.4 million people who are actively looking for work, because they don't have the skill and the skill set that matches the opportunity or the employment or the employment opportunity. So the jobs are actually there, and that's true, but the skills and or wages aren't a fit. And the idea of job security is obsolete, but it's still taught inside our school system. And do we need to know more about that? Go see Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad guy who has written numerous books, and they're all, in my opinion, pretty good books. But anyhow, I have most of them. The middle class income has been trending down for years, and they're becoming what's called working poor. Evidence of that can be seen in the food stamp usage in America, which once again is down now because of President Trump's initiatives. But in California, they're saying now that there is no middle class. You're either very, very rich or you're very, very poor. And there's reasons for that. But anyhow, that's what we talk about, the working poor. Even though they have jobs, they're just not paying enough. So, but in today's economy, for most people, the 40-40 plan, where you can graduate from college, get a job, work for 40 hours a week for 40 years, is gone. I mean, in some cases it's still there, but in the broader picture, the 40-40 plan is becoming obsolete. So the average person who's been working a lifetime in America today is retiring at age 65 with $41,000 in assets. They earn just enough to survive. Is that enough for you? So this is the reality for most people's future. If you're not working for yourself or have a side gig, as we mentioned earlier, on your own, it's going to be pretty hard. It's going to be a pretty hard road for a lot of people to reach the top 25% in income earners, in which case you would need to make $90,000 or more a year. Then that puts you in the top 25. And to reach the top 10, you'd need a household income of $140,000. Once again, this all started because my hockey friend who wants to go to Slapshot Cup Toronto is very, very frustrated in his position. He's bumping his head on the ceiling. There's nowhere for him to go, has a ton of talent, and really doesn't know how to get to this 90 or 140,000 per year. So here's the question. What do you think will give you the best chance to move up and get the top 10% or better? Well, in my opinion, it's only my opinion, and the opinion of many experts, the answer is to become an entrepreneur, to become your own boss, even if it's just part-time. How to start without taking on massive risk. Most people shy away from having a business because of the substantial risk associated with a traditional business. Traditional offline business, a brick and mortar type company, requires large upfront investments. It's high risk, and you may need to quit your job to run it, versus what we offer, which is an online business where the upfront investment is very minimal, the risk is much, much lower, and we have a system to plug you into which increases your chance of success if you're coachable and teachable, and then have the ability to coach and teach. And you usually don't need to quit your job to run it. Once again, you carve out 5 to 10, 10 to 15 hours a week. What we do is very, very possible. So now there are more ways than ever to get started online without taking on massive risk. There are a few core types of business opportunities online. Well, you could create your own product and then distribute or sell your own products, which some people do. To be honest, that's a lot of work. But anyhow, you can market somebody else's product. You can be an affiliate marketer. That's a good option for some. Offering a service could possibly be another online adventure. You can be an influencer and the connectors, and that's really what we do. We just try to connect competent, talented people to the opportunity we present. So we do try to influence and connect people to what we have to offer. So after looking at the online entrepreneurial options, we prefer, and I prefer, the network marketing. And it gets the name because people distribute a product or service through a large network of distributors who are really independent entrepreneurs. So the playing field is level for everybody. You get paid based on your productivity and the talent and the resources you bring to the table and then implement. It's that simple. And it can be done offline and online. We do recommend it because it's a low startup cost and low overhead. You get to work from home, and actually you get legitimate business expenses and tax help in the area of holding on to more of the money you make and giving it. I'm all for giving the government every penny they, that is within the boundaries that they set up and the rules and regulations, but not a penny more. And when you're your own online entrepreneur, some of the costs that you're just paying out by being an employee become business expenses. And you can save money just by legitimately going after an online business. But anyhow, the low startup costs and low overhead is inviting to some people. You can start part-time around the few spare hours that you might have and grow to full-time if that's your intentions. You have a proven system similar to a franchise, and we have that you can plug into. And you can get training from people with experience. I have people in this industry that are making $40,000 a month, and they're so willing to share ideas and strategies that work for them, and they just share them with just because they're good people and they want to help you. And it's great to get training from people that are, making 40. If you want to make $40,000 a month, then maybe you should, talk to somebody that's making $40,000 a month and not really listening to, Uncle Joe or Uncle Harry or whoever who makes $10,000 a month and is going to tell you this is crazy. So, but anyhow, so you don't have to create everything from scratch. We have a system, we have the product, we have a supplier, and you have a product that's ready to market. And in our case, I have chosen Shackley as my exclusive supplier, and they are recognized internationally as the premier health and nutrition, wellness, and prevention company. And if you really look at trends, people are taking their health into their own hands and preventing, because prevention will always be much less expensive than getting a disease and then having to figure it out and spending all your emotional and financial effort to get your health back. To us, it makes a lot more sense to prevent issues from coming up. And your supplier is responsible for product research and development. Of course, that would be Shackley, and nobody does more of that than they do. So you're part of a supportive community of entrepreneurs where you can talk. You have many people within the industry and within your group of people, if you choose to join us, that are very willing to help you in any regard. You can create residual income. In this business, you work once and you get paid for it over and over and over again. Work once, get paid constantly, ongoing. Residual income, it's called. Our company also offers bonus cars and amazing travel opportunities. Bonus car program's awesome. There are some incentives to, if you do a lot of work real quick, you can take some really good trips, all expense paid, and your check still comes in. So the company handles accounting, legal, and most of the administrative items. I mean, we still have to do some logistics, but it's minimal. And you can create an income by specializing in teaching and coaching. This is, Dr. Shackley said at the beginning, he said, you will teach a few, and then they will teach a few, and they will teach a few. And never have we adopted and embraced such a concept. But by teaching and coaching the distribution method, you really don't have to specialize in direct sales, and most people shy away from direct sales. So this is a teaching, coaching business as opposed to a selling business. And you can do it all online using your laptop and your smartphone if you want to. I know people that only use their smartphone, but I'm a laptop guy and I use my phone, so that one applies to me because I do it online using my laptop and my smartphone. But here's the reality of this business. 1% do incredibly well, 10% generate additional income, and 90% end up as happy, loyal customers. Consider the startup failure rates of traditional business within their first 10 years is around 70%. So if you go brick and mortar and you put up all that money up front, your success rate is only 30% because your failure rate is 70. Notice how quickly I could add that up. Well, anyhow, in 2017, the average annual income ranges for part-time online entrepreneurs using Shaklee as their supplier. Directors, on average, make $10,000, so that's almost $1,000 a month. The lowest one-third average $4,400, and the highest in the director range, the highest one-third average $19,000, which is, almost $1,500 a month, real close. Okay, senior director averages $14,000, with the highest being $24,000, and the lowest one-third $7,000. And as you can see, coordinator, senior coordinator, but when you get up to senior executive coordinator, the highest average is 91. So there we go, almost six figures. So as you can see, a director earns an average of $888 a month. So that would be, if you divided this by 12, 10,658 divided by 12 is $888 a month working part-time. They tell us that on average, the foreclosures can be prevented if the family could just generate another $300 to $500 per month. They could avoid foreclosures. So here we're showing you, just by becoming a director, that you could put $888. I mean, that's a month, that's mortgage payment. That could be that could almost be 2 car payments, depends what you're driving. And so anyhow, let's move on to the next slide. And I showed you these, where an executive coordinator is making about, on average, $50,000 a year, which is great part-time, supplemental, complementary income that could evolve into part-time career type income. And there are people walking away from their jobs. It happens. This isn't your grandmother's business. The industry has changed. It has grown up. It's totally transformed. Noted author and motivational speaker Brian Tracy, I have some of his CDs and I enjoy listening to him. Any industry that has been around for a long period of time has learned from its mistakes and flaws and errors. Like computer software, over time you can work all the bugs out. The ML industry has been debugged. Multi-level marketing, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. I call it free enterprise at its best. This is a powerful model that has worked for many. It can work for you. But the industry has been debugged. The future is being virtual and on the go, which most people like to do. Young people today that have grown up with social media, they understand networks, they understand how people are connected through technology, and they understand how money flows through those networks. Very good. The infographic by Jacob Morgan, author of The Future of Work, shows the evolution of the employee. Many jobs still can't offer these attributes. Becoming an online entrepreneur, however, can deliver this lifestyle and work life. Let's take a look at the evolution of the employee. The evolution of the employee, get up and go and work 9 to 5, where in today's world, the future and looking forward, you get to work anytime. Here I am on a Sunday morning getting ready to go play hockey. But because of a conversation I had about the Slapshot Cup tournament in Toronto, I learned how discouraged and disgruntled my buddy is. And he said, let's talk about what you do and maybe I would be interested. So I said, well, let me cue up my presentation. Went live on Facebook, which I'm nervous and scared, but my job coach tells me that's what I should do. And everybody knows I'm a hockey coach and I'm working at becoming a business coach, an online entrepreneur coach. So I have to do what my coach tells me to do. So if you're doing the 9 to 5, you might work in a corporate office, where with us, you can work anywhere, wherever you can take your, like I said, I have my buddy Doobie up in Boston who he does everything on his phone. So, but I use a laptop and a phone, and I can work from anywhere. Anywhere I can, have access to the internet, and we're good. So, whether I'm in Florida or if I'm up in Canada or, I'm coaching a tournament in Buffalo, New York, I have my laptop and I'm good to go. So when you work 9 to 5, you use the company equipment, but with us, it's any device. Some people are strictly using their smartphone. Once again, I use the laptop and the smartphone. For me, the phone's just too small, too tedious, and but you young people, that's cool. So you can use any device. And you focus on inputs, but we are more focused on the outputs. So anyhow, you attempt to climb the corporate ladder, and as my buddy just told me, he's bumping his head. He can't go any further. He'll never own the company. He'll never become upper management. It's just not there for him. But in our business, you get to create your own ladder and climb it at the pace you want. And if you're an employee, you have predefined work. You go in at 9, you clock in, and you probably have a pretty set routine of what you're going to do throughout the day. But our work is more customized. You work when you want, with who you want, where you want, using a device of your choice. So our work is very much more customized. And sometimes in the corporate world, you're protecting your information, you're protecting your secrets. But in our business, we share all our information. A little play on words, I like to say, we share all our secrets. Well, if they were secrets, you don't share them, but it's just kind of a play on words. So we get paid to share information. And once again, based on that earlier conversation, I thought it was time this morning, and I just queued up my slides that I already had ready, and I can share information. And once again, that's all I do is share information. Most of you know who I am. I think I'll give my phone number at the end. I forget if I put it on the back of this. But anyhow, we share information. We get paid pretty good to do it. So in the bigger company, sometimes they have a suggestion box or, a good, I can't say this is always true because in some corporations, they do value the input of the employee because sometimes the people who are hands-on in the pits, working day in and day out, they have good insights. In some companies, I won't say this is always true, but, in some cases, a good boss will let the employee voice their opinion on how things can be done better, quicker, more effectively, and efficiently. And I think a good boss in the typical corporate world would do well to listen to their employees because that's where the good ideas, people that have their sleeves rolled up down in the pits doing the day in and day out, heavy lifting. So, but in our business, anyone can become a leader. It's based on your productivity, your resources you bring to the table, the talent you have, and your ability and your willingness to use your talent. In the past, people were relying on email. Now, in today, there's a myriad of other technologies that can be used. Where the old traditional was focused on knowledge, we're focused on adaptive learning, moving forward, and the corporate, there's learning and teaching, but anyhow, we are still learning and teaching as well. And as you can see, the evolution of the employee crosses over to entrepreneurs as well. The new model is more fulfilling and you'll love what you do. I do. So when you love what you do, you're happier. Harvard professor Sean Acker recently discovered something fantastic, which he calls the happiness advantage. His research proves 75% of job success can be predicted by not how smart you are, but how happy you are. So be happy. I love that song. Anyhow, his research is decisive. He says when you're happy, your intelligence, creativity, and productivity rises, you make more money, and you live longer. 4 key things to look for in a network marketing business. Well, the products. And in our case, we have chosen Shackley as our exclusive supplier. And in my humble opinion, you will not find a better company to align yourself with, better products, and just down-to-earth, loving, caring people who will support you in all aspects of your endeavor, your online business, if that's what you so choose. You got to have a good company. So Shackley is a great company. It's legendary. It's been around since 56. I don't know, 65 years now. maybe 64. I don't know. Do the math. But anyhow, the longevity's there. Very, very, very generous and fair compensation plan. And once again, you get all the support you need from people who are right in there doing it with you. And you can draw on people who have more experience and have created significant income, and they will share their secrets. Once again, that makes no sense, but in this business, we do share our secrets, and we're more than happy to help any and everybody. So when it comes to product, does it offer a product you like and would feel comfortable sharing? Well, I would pay retail for these products, and I would use them continually, even if I never made a penny, by promoting the whole system that we use for product distribution. So yes, is there a need and a market for it? Well, absolutely. Once again, the health and wellness industry is basically exploding because more and more people are coming to realize that preventing negative issues is the way to go, as opposed, it's real simple. In modern day, in the sick care, and they call it wellness or whatever, health care, it's really sick care. They wait till you get sick and then they try to make you well using drug therapy and symptom management. Our philosophy is let's talk about well care, where you work on your own wellness and you stay healthy so that you don't get sick. To me, that makes so much more sense. It's priced competitively. Can it compete in the market? Yes. Is it repeat use? Yes. These are products that people use every day, day in and day out. And is there any science to support it? Well, when it comes to Shaklee, I don't know anybody who has done more scientific research, legitimate, double-blind, placebo-controlled studies that actually prove our products work, but the proof is in the pudding. The people who take Shaklee products, by the telomere study and the landmark study, it has vividly been proven that people who take Shaklee products experience better health. Hands down, no story. So the company, is it well run? Well, we have Roger Barnett at the helm, extremely, extremely, extremely wealthy through other endeavors before he bought Shaklee, but he has a vision for wiping out global hunger. So we have a bigger vision beyond just the company, but is it well run? Yes. Does it have a history of success? Well, it started in 1956 with the golden rule: do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. And our product philosophy is products that are in harmony with nature and good health. And we have never strayed from the product and the business philosophy for 60 some years now. So do we have a history of success? Yes. Do you believe in the management team? Yes. Roger has brought talented, unbelievably nice, caring, smart, intelligent people. The management is great. And anyhow, I couldn't be more proud of the people we have running the Shaklee Corporation. Compensation. Can you earn an income fairly quickly? Yes. Small early victories create a ripple effect of success. And at the beginning, we do everything we can to help new people get that early victory. Can you earn a small part-time income in a relatively short period of time? Yes. If you want to get serious, can you create a career income? Yes. Can you choose to sell your business or pass it on to your kids? Yes, if you do it correctly with very little to no tax implications. So yes, you can hand this business on down through the family, children, children's children, and so on. So support. If you're comfortable with the product, the company, and the compensation plan, the last thing you should look for as is the support and the system your team would offer you. And we have that. So anyhow, we use marketing funnels to help you find customers and sponsors, distributors on your team. There was books written and things, and we really understood and learned well. We wanted to understand, so we did our due diligence on these marketing funnels, and they're really, really cool. A website to help you brand yourself and connect all your web properties into one marketing hub. I have that. It's simply davidpyro.com, where you can see all my web properties and the things that I have created online to help promote my business. And we have lead capture tools to help you attract and capture leads to build your marketing lists. The list is your business. And email marketing and follow-up systems to help you communicate with your customers and prospects. Check. Contact manager to help you manage your contact. Check. It's a good one. Online training to help you and your team learn on demand. Once again, I had this presentation just filed away. I just opened it up and I had some, pertinent and current information to share with my hockey playing friend who thought, that he wanted to hear more about this. But you can really, you can train anytime. You can do it at 3 in the morning, 3 at night. You have access to it all. That's the beauty of the online training system that we use. Educational content, we do like to think that we are in the educational marketing field where we educate people and then just let them make the choices based on the information that has been gathered. So we really attempt, and I think we're doing pretty good at educating our customers and builders. And do they produce and host live events to which you can invite your prospects? Yes, we have one coming up on prenatal. It's going to be on March 11th. It's a Wednesday night at 8:30. You can go to davidpyro.com and click on the events calendar and it'll pop right up. I might even have a slider or streamer, whatever it's called, going across davidpyro.com. But yeah, how are people creating wealth and freedom with a network marketing business online? Well, the first thing you do is you switch brands. If you're selling Ford, you don't drive a Chevy. But so when you switch brands, though, and you buy these products, these are products that you're either buying at the grocery store, at the drugstore, or online or somewhere, and you just switch brands. You redirect your spending. So we're not asking anybody to spend new money. We're just asking you to switch brands and redirect some of your spending. You find some customers using educational marketing strategies. We have all of them in place. You help other budding entrepreneurs get started and copy their process. So now, as simple as this sounds, I'm not going to say it's easy. I was just talking to a very, very close friend of mine, happens to be a girl who I respect and everything. And she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, it's not easy, but it is simple. It's a simple system. But if it was easy, everybody would be doing it and everybody would be making 6 figures. But it's like any other business. It takes hard work. You have to bring all your resources, your talent to the table. And it takes, just like in hockey or any, persistent, consistent effort. Network marketing online isn't perfect. It can be challenging, even emotional. Check. But it can always rise up. So like any entrepreneurial venture, it can have its ups and downs, and it surely does. But once again, the support's there. You get nurtured by people who've been there, done that, and we do our best to help any and everybody work through any challenges they might have. But if you have an entrepreneurial bone or an entrepreneurial spirit in your body, it's certainly better than most traditional businesses. If you have even the slightest interest in becoming an entrepreneur, we encourage you to reach out to the person who invited you and schedule a free tour of their online evaluation classes. And I have that. I have this free tour of my online evaluation. There's 3 classrooms, but 2 has A and B, and there's an introduction. But anyhow, we walk you through, as an online entrepreneur, an online program guide, I would guide you through these evaluation classrooms, give you the right information in the right sequence, in the right amount, to allow you to make an educated decision. And that's what it's all about. We teach, we coach, we give you the information. That way you can make an educated decision that would fit your lifestyle, would fit who you are, where you want to go. Our job is to help meet you where you're at right now. And if you want to move forward, we would help you every step of the way. So you could be up and running in your business within a week. So I want to thank my friends for watching. I did this for a buddy who is very discouraged with his work. Although he likes his work, he just doesn't see any room for moving up. So once again, creating an online business isn't for everybody. But to be honest, I'm looking for the people who it could be the right thing for. So we wish you the best on your journey toward building wealth and freedom for your family. And maybe we can be a part of that. So that is it. I thought I had a few more slides. But anyhow, I'm going to just do one last thing before we go away. And here is davidpyro.com right here. This is what we call our hub sites, and I can help anybody create this. I don't do it. I have people who do this because I'm not very techy. So it just goes to show, though, you can be an online entrepreneur and you really don't have to be totally tech savvy. You have to be open to the idea and you have to be willing to learn. But I have a virtual assistant who helps me in a lot of this stuff. So thank goodness for the VA, the virtual assistant. But anyhow, if you're interested and you know me, you want to hit the explore the opportunity. If you know me, that's for what I would call my warm market. For people who maybe don't know me, you might want to start with discover how I do it. You can click this button. But this is my website, my hub site. This is the home page. I talked about the events, and I think might be, yep. Okay, wonderful. Let's see, I didn't do this, but I had help. And we're going to talk about prenatal nutrition, which encompasses all of nutrition, and it'll be Wednesday, March 11th at 8:30. If you want to learn more, you want to register, you click on the Learn More. We're going to bring in Dr. Sunny Park. She's an expert in nutrition, and get up-to-date evidence-based advice for optimal prenatal nutrition. So if we have anybody out there who wants to start a family, maybe you've already conceived or whatever, but if you're planning a baby or expecting one soon, there's no better time to consider your nutrition than before and when you're expecting a child. Once again, what to eat, what not to eat, but Dr. Sunny Park, she has all the credentials. She's certified clinical research professor with over 25 years of postdoctoral experience, including 17 years of clinical trial management. Once again, she's she has the credentials. And in this webinar on Wednesday, March 11th at 8:30, the 3 stages of prenatal development, the nutrients, the 10 that the women need during pregnancy, how to get the right amount of the essential nutrients, why pregnant women need more nutrients. That's pretty easy to figure out. But anyhow, not only is it prenatal, but there'll be good nutritional advice that can be applied to anybody at any part in time in their life. So that's the events calendar. That's still, almost 2 weeks away. We'll go back to davidpyro.com, the homepage. And just so you know, we'll just scroll down. The Prove It Challenge is really cool. You can click on there to learn more. In line with what we talked about today, e-commerce is growing. You can get a slice of it. Well, I put a beginner's guide to running a legitimate online business in the health and wellness industry. It's a free download. It's a little booklet that you could read that would help you. It would shed more light on what we just discussed here in the last few minutes, the last 21 minutes. You can see some of my other blogs. I love this one on Better Health, Better Kids. I think it was one of the best ones I ever did, and we put it up as a blog. We have great products. We can make you look younger. Another one that I did is the 3 smart reasons to start an online business that would complement what we talked about today. Vivix is an outstanding anti-aging product, powerful protection with the antioxidants. As you all, well, not all of you, but most of you know that I am into sports, especially hockey and the Shackley Sports Nutrition. So I put up my presentation there to talk about sports, nutrition, recovery, muscle building, the whole works. Another one in line is to succeed in the new gig economy. That kind of ties into why it makes a lot of sense to become an online entrepreneur. And you can view all my blogs. I've written a few ebooks. If losing weight was one of your New Year's resolutions, I don't know. What I heard is that people that attempt to lose weight try 3 different programs a year. Well, if you download this book and read it, this could be the last weight program you would ever need. It's sustainable, no hunger, no deprivation, common sense. You get all the vitamins and minerals you need to stay healthy and active. Once again, no hunger, no deprivation, easy to follow, gets results. I would ask you to go ahead and download that book and read it if you or anyone in your circle is looking to get to a healthy weight in a healthy manner. Not all supplements are made equal, so how to find a high quality food supplement, what to look for, and how to choose one. Brain health has been in the news quite extensively over the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years. So I took it upon myself to create, and I had help. I get a lot of help writing these books, but it's all documented, it's all researched, it's all real good, common sense, no nonsense approaches to 7 ways to improve focus and memory. This is just what it says. What your doctor wasn't taught in med school about nutrition that you need to know. It's a great read. It's entertaining. We put that book together for you. My virtual assistants post stuff up on Facebook for me. Once again, if you know me and you say, wow, maybe I should look and delve into what David's doing and how he helps people do the same. So we have these videos. So if you know me, and even if you don't know me, that's okay. This is more for my warm market, but it suffices even if you don't know me. You would be my cold market. But I am on a mission to share what I've learned about creating a lifestyle of personal freedom with an online business in the health and wellness industry. You can click on to learn more about me. Here's a couple more of my blog posts. And here's my phone number, 814-243-5765. Area code 814-243-5765. There's other ways to contact me, but I think my email's here somewhere. But anyhow, thanks for listening. I hope that if you want to make a move to creating complementary income to what you're doing now, that you would consider joining us. We'll bring you in, we'll become your best friend, and we will help you every step of the way. Okay, I got to go play some hockey. I hope everybody enjoys their Sunday. I'm actually doing some volunteer work down in Berlin, PA. Beautiful Berlin. It's really a quaint, nice little town down in Somerset County. I'll be there later today doing some volunteer work after I play hockey. But anyhow, I hope everybody has a great week. If I can be any help, if I can be of any help to you, you can reach out. And thanks for listening, and have a great week, and bye for now.